what's going on, everyone? This is Jeff at Geek Driven, and we're here for another episode of Cover Lovers. And look at that. We've got a disgruntled Yankees fan with all the little baseball players there.
Yes, I do. I do, which I'm sure they'll now grow up to be Dodgers fans. You're welcome.
Oh, don't teach them to hate.
Well, I've never been a Yankees fan.
Of course,
we're
in the same division.
Yeah, as an Orioles fan, we don't like the Yankees in this house.
Yeah, you're not supposed to be. You're forgiven.
Yay!
When I was in Little League, I played for the Orioles. So yes, I'm not a Yankees fan either.
Most people are not Yankees fans. But let's not forget, I am 47, which means I grew up watching them in the late 70s and through the 80s.
When they were awesome?
Really sucked.
Oh, no, when they were bad.
They were really, really bad. So I was a fan. I was originally a fan I didn't know that they had like 23 world championships before that. How would I know that? I was like 7. So, and then of course in the 90s when Jeter came around, then, I got my
I did like Don Mattingly.
Yeah, he was the only. Yeah, you know what's funny is the teams weren't bad. Yeah, Dave Winfield, Willie Randolph, Ricky Henderson, Don Mattingly, but they could never pull it together ever because they never had any pitching.
No, yeah, I mean, what, Dave Righetti?
That's it. Yeah, and Tommy John, who's basically more famous for surgery than he is for pitching.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Something about a shoulder or an elbow or something.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. So I mean, that ain't great.
Well, how you doing, disgruntled Yankee fan?
I mean, despite that, not bad. As a matter of fact, I mean, it's been good few days, fun little weekend. Got the boys here. Got the new puppy. She's doing great.
Not working for the post office.
Not working for the post office. That's also fantastic. So that's all done. Yay. So yeah, life isn't too bad at the moment. That's for sure. Yeah.
Very good.
How about you?
How about Trish?
How about Trish? Yeah.
Well, I just got back from Florida. I just got back from Florida. I went down to CGC, drew a bunch of cute pets.
Very cool. How was that experience like?
Okay, so it was Tony, and I. I'd never been physically to CGC before. The first time we did CGC, they came to me. They came up here to Baltimore. We got a hotel conference room, and we were in there for 2 days, I think, signing hundreds of books.
Yikes.
We signed thousands of books that weekend, and that was before we even drew anything.
Wow.
That was Stray Dogs at the height of Stray Dogs. The feral thing went okay. I think we still drew more dogs than cats, but what are you going to do? It went great. Very high security at CGC. I didn't realize everything they did in there. It's not just comics.
Yep.
There's a coins area. There's a cards area. There's a toys area. There's all.
They grade all collectibles, toys.
Huge operation. What blew my mind? I mean, I don't know how much of this I can talk about really, but I was walking through there, and we took a little tour, and they gave us lunch. We were out back eating the lunch, but I noticed all the employees were carrying clear lunch bags and clear bags.
Yep.
To prevent theft.
Yes.
I was
because it's happened.
Holy I've never worked anywhere where they didn't trust us enough to, carry whatever lunch bag you wanted.
You can swear we're not monetized.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm sitting there just I'm just going to enjoy my Bang Bang shrimp from Bonefresh, Okay, while y'all are just,
That sounds good.
They were really going down there. I mean, they had just come back from New York Comic Con. I was very kind of everything was in disarray organizationally because they were just coming back from New York Comic Con with all the books they had from there, all the books that had been sent in, all the hurricane,
that's right.
Organization.
That's right.
Because they had to, prepare for the hurricane and then unpack from that preparation because they didn't get hit that hard where they were. Which was good. Thank God for everybody's books, You muted.
Yeah, that's good.
Would that be Preparation H? Hurricane preparation?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's really good on the whole.
Especially when it's a full moon.
Yes.
So after we went to CGC, we went up to Tampa to Bat City Comics. That is a store I have never seen before, and an organization that I have never seen before. The way they run their store and the community they've built for themselves is nothing I've ever seen in comics before. They do a lot of free programs with schools trying to get kids to like read. They're a not-for-profit. They're a nonprofit. They do a lot of
CGC?
charity. No. The Bat City Comics.
Okay.
It's a comic store.
CGC is definitely for profit.
Yeah, I was going to say,
wait a minute.
For profit. They know what they're doing.
Lots of profit.
Lots of profits. Swimming
It's
around.
really a 9.6, but we'll give it a 9.8 so that we make more.
Well, the place is called Bat City Comics. I think they were up for Industry Award at the Eisners. They were nominated for one of the shop awards. They should have won. I mean, for as much as they do for their community, they should have won. They have a lot of free programs for kids. They teach about how to make comic books and stuff. You know, they have like lessons. They brand things specifically for other shops to use to get their communities involved. I mean, I wish that more shops did stuff like that. They're a 503 too. Like they really do it, you know, for the good of it. Then we went to Coliseum Comics. There were 3 of them that we went to Bat City's in Bradenton. Then we went to Tampa for Coliseum. We went to Kissimmee for Coliseum, which I also got to go to Disney Springs.
Of course.
Because I was there for like 2 hours and I was like, well, I have money to burn. Time to go let capitalism pop off for a minute. Went to Disney for 2 hours. And then we went up to Jacksonville for Coliseum. And all the signings were great. Everybody was cool. Everybody came in and signed their books. It was awesome. I came back late yesterday. Went to work today. It's been fantastic.
Well, it sounds like you had a fun time.
Not tired at all.
We're about to kick off a Kickstarter for Stray Dogs plush. Or a backer kit thing with Dynamite. Dynamic Forces running that Kickstarter. You'll see that up soon. I've got to get them some more key artwork for their thing, for the pitch thingy that they put out, and I got to take some like videos of the plush, which we had a video of the plush. I don't know why they need more, but whatever. And then what else?
But man, that was quick. It didn't take any time at all to get those plush out.
I don't want to talk about it.
Now you know the process, Trish. So you can get started on those pharaohs.
You showed me.
I already have the feral one. I already have Elsie developed. I don't want to hear it.
You showed me the prototype before Max was born.
Yeah, right.
This human didn't exist yet when I saw the original prototype.
The naked baby didn't exist yet?
No.
Okay.
He's got a diaper on. Don't worry. He's not.
I'm just messing.
Yeah,
he's not free talking it out there.
So it's been like a long time. Yeah, he's clothed. He's partially clothed.
Well,
let's actually.
Before we get started with the comic books, let's give a shout out. We give a shout out to our sponsors here. You guys want to get 30 days of a limited cover price for only 99 cents. You just got to type in the code NERDVANA14. Great tool to keep track of your comic books and the market and see what's hot that week.
Give me 1 second.
Plenty of articles as well. And then you can go over to Bird City Comics. They just got back from New York Comic Con as well. And you can get 10% off your purchase over there if you type in the code TNH10. I'm sure they did well. I'm sure they sold out of their comic books because they sold out online when they were available. And then if you go over to our pal at DisplayGeek.com, you can protect your toys, your Funko Pops, your video games, and you can save 10% off your first purchase by typing the code Team Nerdherd. And then, of course, we give a shout out to our TNH Horseman, Uncle Rudy. So follow him at SantiRudy1 on Instagram. And then, of course, on Instagram, you can find Eddie, our resident DJ, at Beats by Monster. So go check him out and go say hi to our fellow friends. And then let's give a shout out to the chat, of course. Of course, GT Key Comic is here. It's here quite a bit earlier, before the Dodgers were kicking the Yankees' butt. And then we've got
It's not
here.
the Dodgers. It's just Freddie Freeman.
I'll take it. Hey, what did Big Poppy say? When you have back-to-back-to-back MVPs, the only thing the pitcher can say is hope is God saves him.
Oh, dude, those look great, man.
Oh my gosh, those are so cute. They
They're
look
so
just they're perfect.
They're so great. They are
The
perfect.
eyes, it's all about the eyes.
Yeah.
You nailed it.
Yep.
And Victor even has 3 legs.
Look at those. Those are so cool.
I would read this one to you, but I don't want you to have nightmares.
Yeah. When you're older.
You'll like this one.
Oh, look at that.
Look how small she is in comparison.
I need her, though. I have to have her.
Like a little football.
I mean, you're going to get the Pokemon people involved.
Yeah.
Looks like a little Pokemon.
Gotta catch them all.
Yes, very cool.
And then there's also going to be a poll in the Kickstarter too about what to do for a 4th one if we can hit the stretch goals. So we have like all the rest of the dogs in there.
Yes,
like a giant pillow pet.
Everybody go support. Please go back up that Kickstarter for her.
Yeah,
and
go
the Stray Dogs team.
Backer kit. I think.
Can we get the bloodied human?
Oh gosh. Can we get just a body bag?
They should all come with a part. They should all come with a piece of the body.
It's like a build a human figure.
Like a piece of the serial killer.
A build a plush.
Build a serial killer.
I know that we've got plans for some of the like little inclusions to be like trading cards. We've got metal covers for some of the issues. Like I think we're doing a reprint. We even have a specific special Feral 7 for the promotion. The cover is 7, the movie. So
perfect.
Feral 7.
What's in the box?
Yeah. Let's see. I think what else? What else are they talking about? We got lots of stuff. It's gonna have a lot of stuff. And then I think the cards will be signed by us.
No, you can't.
I don't know if there's any like tiers for artwork or anything yet, because I know that we're trying not to like have to do too much, but we may have to add stuff if it doesn't go too good. We're fingers crossed that people haven't thought, well, it's been 5 years. It's only been 3 years.
Well, it's time to reprint Stray Dogs,
right?
And that's what's going to get the marketing going.
We're also doing some like limited covers for like Dog Days reprints. I think we've got a couple that we pulled aside that weren't like exclusives to shops, because we thought that would have been rude to kind of like allow a reprint for the purposes of the Kickstarter to be done with a cover that was commissioned by like a shop. You know what I mean? So it's like ones that Tony and I did that were kind of like cool ones that we thought we could do that weren't already obligated to other people. I also think that's very important to shops to keep that exclusivity to them.
Absolutely. I totally agree with that.
Yeah. So
I'm glad you think that. Looks like other shops don't seem to think that these days.
Well, I mean, like leave it to us to actually consider what the shops want.
Well, this shop did this one. We'll do the virgin variant of that one, and then
Does that sound like integrity,
variant.
Everyone?
It's so cold.
I don't know what that means in the comic world anymore.
Dynamic Forces did a really cool one for Dog Days of Evil or Army of Darkness, or it was either Army of Darkness or Evil Dead, one of the two. They did something cool, like a cool cover. So they're doing a metal cover version for that issue.
Wait, was that the orange cover?
No, it was green. It was like it looked really cool. I'll find it for you. But
how many times have Bird City been ripped off? Or that dude that tried to pretend like his Archie idea that was mine that got posted on Dan Parent's site like 4 months before he did it was his idea.
Right.
And I think he believed it too at one point.
So things like that I don't want to see happen to I don't want to see things like that happen, especially with any project I'm associated with.
You want to see the drama. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to see the drama. So Dynamite's doing it because Dynamite is hosting the campaign. So that's their cover to use if they wanted to. So that's what we did. We allowed them to use the cover that they bought from us a long time ago for this metal cover that they're adding as an add-on. But yeah, that's going to be cool. We have that coming up. Feral 7's out on Wednesday.
Woot!
We just turned in 8 under the freaking wire.
Sometimes that's what it takes.
I got an iPad.
I don't know how you got it done with the schedule you told me you had on that. I don't know how in the world you finished it.
Don't ask. It was a couple of late
a lot of sleepless nights.
Didn't you do it in like a week?
Yeah, I had my part done in like a week. My part drawing all the characters.
I'd still be on the first panel.
And then I had to wait for the colors to come back, page at a time, because Brad was doing his best. He was keeping it up. But like I had to go back and retouch all of the characters. And then we had to go back and revisit some of the environments because, I mean, it was a real tight deadline. We kind of blew our lead with a lot of stuff that happened in my life personally. So, but it's getting back together. Like, things are starting to calm down a little bit.
How dare you have a life, Trish?
How dare I have blood and blood on me?
This is comics. You're not allowed.
At
least that's to be a walking crisis.
That's what the comic community thinks.
No. Now that I've said all of that, let's talk some covers, man. Let's talk some covers.
Well, let's see.
Oh, is that what we're supposed to be doing on this show? I don't really want
How are you doing, Jeff? Have we even asked you how you were doing?
Oh, well, yes. I'm doing well. I am hungry because I am an idiot and went and got food before the show. And now it's just sitting in front of me getting cold and I can smell it. So I will torture myself for the rest of the show.
Just ask us what we think about a cover and then just...
Trish and I talk a lot. And so while you're doing that, just shut your camera off and eat.
Well, and my fellow team members here don't think I'm a Dodgers fan.
Oh, no.
Even though I've probably been a Dodgers fan longer than they've been a Dodgers fan. Because I'm older. But yeah. Right. I'm here. I don't care. The Dodgers are going to win. I have faith in them, so I don't need to watch them win. Sorry, Mike.
You don't have to be sorry. I was the first one in the chat to say they were going to win before all you Dodgers fans did. So
and Apollo agrees.
A Yankee fan, by the way, a real Yankee fan will admit that.
If you're a real fan of any team, you'll go with the good and you'll go with the bad. It is what it is. You have no choice.
And that's the beauty of growing up in the 80s with bad Yankees teams. I am not accustomed to them winning. So
I did like it when they got Darryl Strawberry as well.
That's true.
And Dwight Gooden.
That's right. Made dogs.
Apollo agrees with me. Yankees are done, baby.
Yeah, they're done.
DJ Wise, another Manic Monday. Yes, it is.
I would say you can't win with just Stanton, but apparently you guys can win with just Freeman, so I guess it's possible. You don't need your star. Otani's done nothing, so neither has Judge. So
and all of a sudden, the Dodgers have starting pitching.
That's for sure.
All of a sudden, after the whole playoffs and the whole year, and then we've got Derek Neiman saying, "Hey all," and we got Trish in the chat, of course, and she's here live. We got Igor again. We got Terry Floyd. Thank you for stopping in. Spoon. Igor. Oh, yes. He is no longer working for the post office. He is a lot more happier. Definitely looks happier.
Damn right.
And then, of course, we've got Alonzo. Let's go Dodgers. He is somewhere watching the Dodgers. I'm sure drinking and eating and enjoying himself. Yeah. I got you. Somebody's got to do it. You know, if I get to hang out with Trish and Mike instead of the Dodgers, I'm cool. I'm cool with that. That's a good day.
I'm pretty awesome.
Like Ice Cube
Mike
says.
is pretty good too.
And I got to see the kids as well. That's cool.
And Dale.
Yeah, that
might wasn't born when I first prototyped these.
Yeah, that's cool to see those.
Finally.
Doreen, thank you for stopping in. Really appreciate it. You can't blame him. He can't carry the whole team. There are more than just one person on a baseball team, sir.
That's true.
I think there's 26 of them.
Who's on first? What's on second?
Some of these people are not going to understand that reference, sir.
I know.
All right, and then we got BBB Hardcore Comics. Hello, what's going on? And Ken the Bird from Virginia, from the VA. Just south of Trish. What's going on, Ken? All right. Well, now we can get started. I think there's comic books to look at.
What?
Might be some books this week. Wow.
Yeah. Let's see what there is. All right. So let me get this started. All right. I haven't looked at it. I haven't had time. Been working all day. I'm sure
No
everybody
idea.
else has. And here's our first one. We've got Come Find Me. I don't know if this is number one, but we have a 1 in 10 by Jen Ellie, 1 in 25 by Eliza Ivanova. Ivanova?
Ivanova.
Ivanova. I like
Thank you.
Ivanova.
I like that one better. And then we got a 1 in 50 by Eliza Abigail Larson. Oh, that was a lot easier to say. All right, let's start with Trish.
I like
Trish,
all of
what do
these.
you think?
I like all of these for different reasons. The first one's giving like some kind of animation vibes. The Eli. The second one is giving like concept art kind of vibes, which I kind of dig. You get some detail. You see, it's creepy. You don't know what it's about. And then the third one, she's giving. What was the chick's name from Labyrinth that wore the big princess dress at the end?
Oh, Connolly, Jennifer
Connelly. Yeah.
Yeah. Like just that outfit. I don't know. It all looks pretty like Come Find Me kind of looks like a hide and seek, and she looks like she's on the lookout for somebody. So I think all of these look great. The trade dress is actually kind of cool looking. And I do like that they've chosen different colors for it, different colorways, which give each cover a different vibe. If I had to pick one, it would probably be the 1 in 10, since I don't really know what this book is about. But the animation vibes speak to me more than the other two. So,
well, Terry agrees. He likes all of those as well. How about you, Mike? What do you think?
Yeah, I think they're all pretty solid covers, but I like the Eli and the Larson better than the Ivanova. I think there's some great mood in the Larson, and I think some of that has to do with the fact that it's sort of watercolory, and I don't know, it has a cool sort of washed vibe to it. But and while I don't normally like an animation sort of thing on a horror book, it works really well on that Eli. The colors are cool. Kind of has like a bumped up sort of like 70s horror feel to it, with like a little bit more modernistic kind of stuff going on. Some really cool use of light with the candles on her face and on whatever's lighting her buttress, or whatever you call that part of her dress. The demon thing coming out at her is really, it's a really solid composition, that Eli. So I think the Eli just ekes it out for me from a price perspective, and from a I don't know, unique and sort of great compositional perspective. But I do like the Larson. That's cool.
Well, BBB thinks the 1 in 25 is a little spooky.
It is, absolutely. They're all good. They really are all good, though. I wouldn't give away any of them if they were handed to me.
Yeah,
it's distillery though, so that book's going to be a weird shape, isn't it? It's going to be a big book.
It kind of looks like it.
It looks squarish, if those are correct.
They're like the magazine size one.
Yeah, I think they might be. Distillery Press.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting name.
They're always
I've heard of them.
I went to a signing at Third Eye with Scott Snyder for his distillery book not too long ago. But all their books are like a weird shape. They're usually like kind of big. And that's why people don't really necessarily like distillery books, because they're like too big for modern bags and boards.
And probably too small for the magazine bags and boards.
Will they go in Golden Age? Maybe they go in Golden Age.
They're too big.
Too big for Golden Age. That's stinky.
Yeah. It's kind of like in between modern and Golden Age and like magazine.
TMNT fans, you feel it. I know you do. Anyone who has those original 4 books is like, screw those books. They don't fit in anything.
Smaller than a standard trade paperback, but also bigger than a regular issue.
Mag size, and the stories are badass.
Yeah.
So there you go.
There you go,
Derek.
Maybe I'll try to pick up that 1 in 10. I like it enough.
Yeah.
I like all the covers as well. All the art is great. But I think it's going to be a clean sweep here. I am a more.
It's giving Tim Burton.
Yeah, I'm definitely more into the animation. I was gonna say it gave me the Nightmare Before Christmas vibes. The animation style. So I'm really with that. And I would look, if they ever made this an animation, I want that animation for this.
Yeah.
So yeah, that totally fits for me. And Hey, look, save on money. 1 in 10. That's going to be better than the rest of them. I'm good with that. So that's a clean sweep for Ellie. Good for her.
Yep.
Good job.
All right.
Good job, all.
Now we've got Lore remaster number 3 by Ashley Wood, and then we got another Ashley Wood, and that's a 1 in 10. Poison Ivy, Swamp Thing, Feral Trees, number 1, and don't forget Feral is out there, number 7 this week. And this is a 1 in 25. So, Mike, what do you think?
Man, I love them both. To be honest, the stuff that is done for sort of that sepia toned stuff that Wood does, I really like. He does it on a lot of books, and that's the style I think of when I think of Ashley Wood's work. But the Lore one is just really cool, and it's telling some cool story, and I'm interested in the book as a result of the cover, which goes a long way. Okay, boys. But I love that the other one is so different for him. And you know me, I say this all the time. When an artist departs from their regular style, I'm really intrigued. This one's really good. It shows that things don't have to be overly complicated to be compelling, and I really like it. I also like that it's kind of a mixture of 2 different methods, which is also cool. It doesn't strike me quite as hard as the Lore book does, so I think I lean towards that one. But they are both pretty cool.
So the Lore takes remaster takes the cake for you, right, Mike?
Yep.
All right. How about you, Trish?
I like the art style he uses on the Lore. First of all, there is a style where folks will have that like textured art paper, or that like different colored art paper. It's like craft paper almost, and then they'll use like white or tan. They'll do it like this. It's very, I don't know. This almost looks like coffee stain work. You know what I mean? Like up there.
Yeah, I know Jenny Ferguson uses a gray one.
Yeah,
pretty much
I
all
love when artists do that because it's almost like building on negative space, and using that better than most negative space variant type things are. That said, this is effing creepy, so I dig it. I like the other one better, I think, because this art style too is another one of my favorites. I can never, if I were to try to do something like this, it would literally never look like this. It looks elegant, but somehow it's simple, but you can see a whole scene happening here. And I love it when artists can capture that. If I had to choose, I'd pick that one. I'd pick the Poison Ivy Swamp Thing one. Not for any bias on the word feral.
Ooh, so we're split here. We got 1 for Poison Ivy Swamp Thing. We got 1 for Lore. So
break the tie.
I think I don't have a choice, do I?
It's giving like Asian inspired, that looks like something you see on like a tapestry or something,
Right, like with the cherry blossoms instead of those trees, right? Yeah. I was thinking the same thing. Like the Lore gives me like you said, the coffee stain, like the burned, like where they burn the image in, or even give the Shroud of Turin or the Turin. You know what I'm saying? Like he's giving me that vibe as well. So I really dig that the style. But I actually am. I'm gonna agree with Trish here, and the reason why is that Swamp Thing gives me that Sam Keith kind of vibe. So I really dig that. And like you said, it gives it it's got a little Asian kind of vibe to it as well. And the only thing is just Poison Ivy looks out of place, but
what I want is some scenery, like maybe some grass in that foreground, or maybe some like vines or something to kind of break up. Just like he cuts off at the legs, but you assume he's in a swamp. What's she doing? Like where's she at?
Or they're in the snow.
Yeah, so I was thinking they're in the snow.
Man, I wouldn't be standing like that. I wouldn't be standing all elegant and beautiful like that if I was freezing my ass off out in the snow. But whatever. She's like, yes, look at me, I'm so fabulous.
You're gonna have to tell that to all the. You have to tell that to all the females out there dressing up for Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
Unless they're in Tennessee, where it's going to be 80 degrees on Halloween night.
Oh gosh,
Really?
it's already like 49 degrees outside right now.
Ugh.
Yeah,
I don't miss the cold or the humidity.
I left Florida where it was 80 degrees, and I came back and I got off the plane and it was like 49 degrees, and I was like, well, I'm glad I brought my jacket.
Not sure.
Yep.
I'm in the mood to catch a cold.
My favorite.
So I guess the poison ivy wins 2-1. Sorry, Mike. I do like the lore though. Just I do like Swamp Thing and Poison Ivy just a little bit more.
I have a little bias too on that inking style that's used on this feral trees, because when I ink baddies like for feral, I do that with the claws where, like, look at the extension on his fingers. I
Mm.
do that to the cats on feral, or to the animals on feral, a lot. Like if you look at the crazy ones, the feral ones, um, you'll see a lot of like more organic style inking from me versus the clean animation style that I use for the normal ones.
Well, I thought it was a statement saying that cut your cat's nails.
It could be that too. Don't let them scratch up your face.
Oh gosh, I've had plenty scratch up my face and my arms.
Wait until you see this next issue that we're working on. There is some in there. Oh my god.
Next we have Devour #1 by Image Comics. This is by Gary Frank. And it is a 1 in 10. It happened on High Street, Devour #1.
Oh my
So,
god.
Trish, what do you think?
I'm already getting like this is a very powerful image, like both for like body image kind of stuff, or maybe even body horror kind of stuff. I
Dysmorphia
don't know
kind of stuff?
Yeah, like a dysmorphia kind of thing. I don't know what this is about, but if this is how this poor girl is seeing herself, girl, see a therapist. It's fine. It'll be okay. I don't know that I would buy it, but I do definitely like the contrast of it. I like that purple background too.
Oh,
But this monster, I'm not sure about him or her. Her, I guess, in this case.
Big Rob would agree with you on the purple.
Yes.
Team
purple. Yeah. Well, good for this guy. He's not running up against anybody, so we don't have to choose. But well, I probably wouldn't buy this book because I'm not subscribed to it anyway. I mean, it's a #1, so I could probably get it.
The Ghost Machine books have all been great. Okay,
yeah.
Thanks, 78.
If this is like a Ghost Machine thing, they're really doing something with that Ghost Machine brand. So,
and it's a good time to do it. It is Halloween. How about you, Mike?
I like the concept, I do, but I'm not sure I like the execution very much. I think Frank is capable of more than this. It is all the things Trish said, though, I do like about it. I just feel like it could have been done a little bit better. I don't know exactly what that means. I'm not sure I can put my finger on it exactly. But since I really do like the concept, the book interests me more than the cover does. So,
yeah, I'd be interested to see what this is about.
Yeah,
I want to speak to that, Mike. I like the art. It's okay. It's not the greatest, but I like the concept more. I think what's throwing me off is the difference on the trade dress style and the art style itself. Like it doesn't feel like it mixes. So that's just me, because it looks like that's like a fashion magazine kind of like trade dress, and then we've got this cover. So I think that throws me off. But I'm probably gonna lean a little more toward Mike on this one. It's okay. It would get me interested in knowing what's in the book, but I don't think it's necessarily like a cover that I necessarily want in my collection. But it's not bad. It's just it's just my own personal biased opinion against horror stuff. So, but yeah, that's my take. All right, and then we've got Lilith #2 by Luana Vecchio. It's a 1 in 20.
that would probably be Vecchio.
Vecchio, yes, you're probably right. and it looks to be a version of the A cover or one of the trade dress covers. So, Trish,
I was
we'll
about to
start
laugh
with
my ass off and be like, there ain't nothing virgin about this cover. What are you
the-
What?
You'll understand later, Dale.
That's later. Yeah. It's kind of anime. Kind of that old school anime vibe to it. I'm not sure this is for me. This Lilith lady sounds a little saucy.
Igor.
Salty.
Yeah.
That too.
We might be able to find out.
No, this is saucy. A little above my
Saucy. Let's hope not.
a little outside of my collection. But, you know, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. I'm a little uncomfortable.
We'll let Mike take the uncomfortability here.
I mean, I like. Okay, so like, if this were like a pinup, less than, because this isn't very tasteful to me. Like,
Strange blood spatter replacement.
Well, not true. What is she sitting on?
Puppy.
Oh, the baby.
Say hi, Loretta.
Mama, what is
This
this?
is-
Hi, Loretta.
She's like,
Hi,
oh my God,
puppy.
what's happening?
Who's talking to me? Oh, the puppy shy.
Loretta.
This is Loretta Castorini Morello. Which is
I love the
my
name.
mom's name.
Oh,
I love it.
she's got cute
Oh.
boots with the fur.
It's got one blue eye.
One blue eye, one brown eye.
Yes.
She's pretty. She is.
She's a girl. She's
Girl.
8 weeks
Oh.
old.
She's not. She's almost 10 now.
Like
She's got stinky puppy breath.
Well, you needed a girl to like balance out the.
Balance out the house a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need some females in this house.
We have one girl cat
There's
as
so
well.
many dicks.
Oh my gosh.
I'd have to see all of them.
I'm so sorry. Mike, I love your family,
We're
Mike.
a very serious comic review show.
I died.
It's all right. You can go lay next to Lilith here.
Yeah, right. Really. You can go lay next to Lilith. She obviously wants it. So, yeah, I've never been a big fan of covers that are like this much. I know that others on this panel, not today, but on other nights do. But
Alonzo.
Vampirella.
yeah, and I do. But Vampirella somehow it seems like I don't know why, but it seems okay when it's Vampirella.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe because it's always been like that, and so I just feel like that's the way it's supposed to be. But to do more of that kind of stuff seems a little cheap to me. And this is clearly a Vampirella ripoff.
I like her boots. She's wearing boots.
Oh, the
I
dog. The dog has boots. Different
Yeah.
color legs than
Artistically, I like the sort of duotone thing going on. That's cool enough for me, but I don't know. I don't know. There's a line. There's a fine line between good, sexy art and smut. And
this
I'm
is
not
kind of
really
rich dab on that line.
and I'm really never sure where a cover like this falls for me, but I think it falls a little bit over the smut line for me, and so I pass as a result. But the art is fine. There's nothing wrong with the art itself.
Mike's like, I think they're a little heavy on a lot of things here, sir.
Yeah, I mean, but honestly, maybe done by a different artist with a different character, I might not mind so much. That's the weird thing. So I don't know that I can really pinpoint exactly what it is about this one.
Like a Darkstalkers thing. Like, I don't even know what this is. I thought that she looks like a character from that. Like,
It kind of looks like that, right?
I don't know.
I'm not really sure.
I mean, I dig the talent. I don't know what else I would use this piece for. Like, you can't just use this for anything. So it's a good composition, but
Okay. He's read the book and cover very much matches the interior, so that's a little crazy.
so if you really like this type of artwork, then the whole book would be for you.
No.
Definitely a book that you would want
I never heard of it.
if you're into the anime waifu ladies.
No.
That is a waifu of doom.
Yeah, this is I'm with you guys. I'm this. I I I think I have one comic book that it has nudity on it, and it's by Mirka Andolfo.
Mm-hmm. It's probably
And
like a sweet paprika or something.
yeah, it is a sweet paprika, and I think it's I forgot which one it was. It might be number one. But that's the only one I have, and I didn't even know it was nude because it's covered. So until I opened it, I don't know. It was in a plastic bag, so I didn't know. But it is what it is. I like Mirka's work, so I kept it. But this is not the kind of stuff I would usually buy as well. I'm not into that anime waifu stuff. That's a little overboard for me. And so, I mean, it's decent art. It's
Nope.
catches your eye, but it's just not my style. That's all.
I think I only have 3 as I think about it. I have that
It's
that
number one.
that incentive Deja Thoris that Adam Hughes did. That there's a topless version of, and I only grabbed it because it's the first nude he had ever done. And then I guess it's not technically a nude because she's covering herself up, but it's that stupid funny Ahsoka parody that we all bought.
Not all of us.
Oh well, and then
Only some of us bought.
and then I have the faithless Jenny Frisson that I think just shows a boob. I don't know. I don't remember what it shows, but I had the other more lascivious ones, like the Tula Latte one that was really like over the top. I sold that one though. I didn't want that one in the house. That one was a little much.
Because I have kids now. I gotta get rid of it.
I'll tell you when you're 18. I might tell you when you're 25 on that one.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of zombie tramp covers too.
Oh, Mike Sykes says the Vecchios have a few artists in their family. Keisha does illustrations, and
for big people,
he thinks there's a brother as well. So that's a really talented family. Looks like something from Dan Mendoza, Zombie Tramp creator. And you have to hide your Alonzo side. I trust me. If I have an Alonzo side, it is like 0.001% of an Alonzo side.
Yeah, that's about where I lie as well.
I can't go that far.
No.
Oh,
right.
Yikes! We can move away from that. Wow, what a contrast here. So we have Mark Spears, Action Comics number 1073. It's a 1 in 25, and as you can tell, Alonzo made this deck, so he doesn't like it very much.
I don't think anybody does. It looks so weird.
Trish, what do you think?
This is super uncanny valley. Like, look how weird he looks.
Where's the bottom half of his torso? In his pants?
You know what, you guys? This is a fantastic effort for a 10th grade art student.
Ouch!
Mark Spears is really talented, though.
Ouch!
Like some of his covers are
I
unbelievable.
said what I said.
Recently too,
This
Mark Spears
was a fantastic effort for a 10th grade art student.
Let's not forget that like he has one of the hottest covers of the year.
That's fair, but this isn't it.
Yeah, then that's fair.
But I just mean he has the capability, so clearly
His composition is so weird. It looks a little AI generated, but like he doesn't do that. It looks so off.
Yeah, there's a little bit of there's a little bit of that in there.
My eyes hurt to look at this.
Like, look at the angle on his arms, but then look at how big his head is in comparison to the rest of him.
Yeah, but it wouldn't matter. That's not the only thing that's wrong. Even if his head were small.
It looks like a strange version of like that Captain America before he got to
I am really feeling the AI generated on this.
Yeah, he's looking Captain America before the serum.
Terry's getting serial killer vibes rather than Soups.
That dog in the background knows what's up.
Y'all know he's gonna be watching. Of course. Not when we praise him, but when we admonish his
follow. It's gonna be on the Hot 10.
Oh my god, if it does. So we know what Trish thinks.
That is some AI nonsense happening right there. I can't get it out. I can't stop looking at it.
Do you like crypto at least?
That's crypto? I just thought it was generic dog.
My wife would call this naked yoga. Like you can't stop looking at it, no matter what the people in it look like. You still have to
look at. Like, look at the back. Like, I thought there was birds back there. Those are just like weird misplaced tree leaves.
It's a serial killer pointing dog.
He's like, I got you.
Oh, Mike, what do you think?
It's horrible, and I can't believe I'm going to say that just because I really have liked Spears' work, especially on all those monster books. They've been really, really good and solid all the way through. Even the less than ones of them have still blown away any of this stuff. I mean, this is even his last Superman wasn't very good. If you remember, we looked at it and it wasn't great, but at least it was passable. Like it wouldn't be something you'd throw away if someone gave it to you. I might throw this away. Like this is really.
Don't give it to him for free.
Bad.
It'll hit the trash.
Well, no one's going to give me a 1 in 25 for free. That's for sure.
Carell says that it looks like, or to quote Steve Carell from 40-Year-Old Virgin, this isn't a good look for me. But it looks like Steve Carell from the 40-Year-Old Virgin.
I was going to say that.
Yeah, it's really bad. There's all kinds of proportional issues. It's not just the head. It's sort of everything.
She can have that.
I can't stop looking.
You know, this guy's probably like, I have to stop working on this one sooner or later, and I guess this is going to have to be now.
It's super creep.
This is so bad, like weird. His neck, he looks like he should have traps, but he doesn't have any. There's no like his torso is.
You have forearms.
I love the Captain America before the serum. That's a great analogy.
Yeah, he's like a little kid. This is a little kid with a man head.
I swear, if his ears were any bigger, it'd be the guy from Mad magazine.
Yeah.
Oh, Alfred E. Newman.
Yes.
Dude,
I'm telling
you're known for so much more than this.
This actually looks like
30-year-old.
like he's dressed up as Superman.
No.
So that's that throws me off. Yeah, I don't. The barn in the back looks too squared off. It's too. It's too weird.
I think he tried to squeeze a car in there too, just to be like, "Oh, this is truly just the heart of American culture right here."
Yeah, the death looks bad.
And then the weird dog.
The sky sucks.
The supposed crypto. The sky's weird. This guy's got all kinds of shit going on.
Oh boy, the 30-year teenager.
30-year-old teenager.
Mark,
Is it Superboy Man? That's the new book, Superboy Man.
Superboy Man.
James. Frankie Muniz as Superman. You nailed it, James.
It's Superman Child.
This is why I do not.
Earmuffs, Mark. Earmuffs. Yeah, sorry, Mark. Hey, we praise you enough for the last few months.
I mean, my gosh, the chat is on fire. Yes, we just love it to you guys tonight.
I think I'm Team Lex on this show. Yeah, after this cover, I agree.
The dog,
yeah,
he's like that guy. He looks weird.
I don't want to murder Mark Spears on this show, so we're gonna move on. Yeah, we agree with Alonzo
on this one.
All right. Well, we're gonna go on to Thundercats number 9. This is a 1 in 25 by Lucio Perillo. Mike, we are going to start with you, sir.
It's cool, man. I love when he does stuff sort of out of his purview, which is really cool. I think he really does a cool take on this. It's not probably the Mum-Ra that some Thundercats fans would want, because it's definitely a departure from the cartoon. But I mean, as a result, it looks so much more real. And we all know the work that goes into these, fully oil painted thing. It's really cool, great lighting. It fits totally in line with his style. I love to see him do not women sometimes, just to see how he does. Sometimes he fails miserably. But in this case, I think he succeeds really, really well. I kind of wish that the Thundercats logo were placed differently, or that they cropped it differently so that he's not over the top of just that little itty bitty part of it. I either want him to be over the top of more of the trade dress or not at all.
Right.
That's not Lucio's fault. That's a layout person's fault. But other than that, that's probably my only nitpick. There's great detail in those bandages. There's great. That skull is perfect. Yeah, there's some really cool. What's going on in the background there? What is that? Who is that?
That's
back
Yaga.
Oh, that's
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Okay. Cool. Yep. And that's really well done as
Nice
well.
Thundercats knowledge.
Yeah.
That's
That's it's really cool. It's really badass. That said, I think I'm fine with just the regular cover. I assume this is like a foil version. What is this?
Yeah, I'm sure it's a foil version, no Dynamite.
So I'm actually wondering, is it a foil or is it a virgin, and that Alonzo just put the wrong one there? I don't know.
Well, they do. Dynamite usually does a virgin cover, a foil cover, and or like a black and white. Remember, they were doing black and whites for a long time, and
then
the
sepia.
Yeah,
And they did those like weird negative ones as well.
Yeah, I kind of wish that they had put the trade dress down on the bottom.
That would have been better. In the stairs, that would have been way
yeah,
cooler.
like in the stairs, even tilt it with the stairs. I don't know.
Ooh, I like that. Oh,
Like,
that's the.
That would have been cool. I never thought I'd like a cover of Mumra like man spreading, like that. But you know, he's just like, yo, let me just rap to you guys right here about ever living.
Rap to you?
Yeah.
W-R-A-P?
Yeah.
Wow.
He's gonna, you know, tell you all about what it's like to be the ever living.
He is about to drop the dopest album of all time. So.
Really is. Look at him. But I like all of the Disney covers or all of the tune like retro tune covers that Perillo has done. Even that Scar one where he's got the human shoulder. I like that one too.
He did a couple of cool Gargoyles ones too.
Yeah. He did some like his Goliath one was freaking awesome.
Really awesome. That's the best one he did by far.
Mm-hmm. And so I mean, I would never say no to any of these. He did a couple of Hades ones too. I have one of those. That it was like a red one where Hades looks super pissed and it's just red fire all down the whole thing.
Oh yeah, that one's super cool. We talked about that one on the show, I think. That was really cool.
Super dope. So any of the ones he does, I tend to try and pick up. So yeah, I would pick it up.
Perillo is amazing. He does do a crazy amount of covers.
I need OA for him.
He needs to air out his family jewels.
Yeah, I was like,
yep.
So
it's supposed to be a virgin.
That looks like a very uncomfortable pose. Like that leg that's propped up on top of the skull looks a little high, but I'll let him have it. It's a cartoon character, so
I dig it.
Also a mystical being, so you know.
Definitely has a I give no fucks look. So cool, dope. I would assume it's rare to see a Perillo cover for any Thundercats book.
Did he do a Chitara? He might have done a Chitara.
No, I didn't see one for Chitara from him, but I'm pretty sure that he did like Slide. Like there was one with Slide on it, I think. Hang on.
I feel like he would have done a great Panthro.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like the right character for him to draw. I don't know why, or to paint.
Let me see. He's done a few.
Let me paint. It would be harder. Well, it's kind of hard.
I swore he did do a Chitara.
He did do a Chitara for Thundercats number 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we did talk about that.
He also did. He also did a Panthro for
78. You got it for $13.
Nice.
That's
also
a
did
great
one for
price.
Captured Collectibles. That's Panthro.
Okay. Not as great as I want it to be, but still good.
It's just like a portrait.
Yeah.
He didn't do like a whole scene like this, but it does kind of look dope. He also did a Tiger one.
It's the thumbnail for his OnlyFans page.
Yeah, it's the
A couple
thumbnail.
of Chitara ones. Like he did this one, but the other one looks better.
Okay,
I've seen the Chitara one. I think I remember that one. So, and I'm pretty sure we talked about it on the show.
Yes, I think so.
Like I think his Thundercats number 1 ZB 1 in 200 Virgin Variant cover.
Good Lord.
It was super dope.
Oh, that is dope.
Yeah, I do remember that one.
So the Mumra in the background, the Lino in the foreground.
That's cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah. He's done a lot of dope covers for them for this series. This goes up there in that same vein. All of them look damn cool. It'd be a good addition to anybody's collection.
What's the name on the ghost again, Trish?
On which one?
The
Jaga. Jaga. I think.
Jaga. Yeah.
Yeah. And then he also did Slide, which I thought was really
Oh,
cool.
okay, right.
Yes,
I remember
that
one.
we definitely talked about that one too.
That one's amazing.
Yeah, you love a good Slide cover.
Dynamite, you did a bang up job of getting Perillo to do these Thundercats.
I want to see him do a snarf.
Oh yes,
Like an
The
angry
version
snarf.
of Snarf in this comic is not my favorite, but that's their version of Snarf.
I want him to do a Snarf with the twins.
Like I want a real Snarf cover. I want
to see
from the '80s comics cover.
Twins flying on their board, and
This
we
was
got
a
Snarf
from way back.
That'd be cool.
Okay, that's the one I remember.
Yes, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's been all over the place on this. I think people would be really silly to not add this to their collection if they are Perillo collectors.
Trish, I think Igor wants you to do a Snarf.
You don't have to talk about me like that. You could just, I'm right here.
What, that you would be really silly? I would love to do a Snarf cover. I have Thundercats blanks around here. I'll do one.
Snarf in a mum pose.
Snarf, man sprouting on the skull.
Please don't do that. Please don't do
that. Snarf. On a verbal skull.
78.
Jeez.
Mike's favorite.
Oh, man.
Oh, boy.
Right. Well, it's nice that we got to praise a cover instead of killing somebody over it. So,
yes.
Well, we don't have to. We never kill Perillo anyway. I think sometimes he gets a little out of hand. Like he may phone it in once or twice, but like we hold him on this. There's an echelon. So
I like how Mummer has like a little bit of a gut as well.
He's just like, yeah.
Yeah. I had a beer. What's wrong with that?
Oh, okay.
Well, look where we got to. We got
here.
Pharaoh number 7. It's the 1 in 25, available this Wednesday, by Meredith McLaren. All right. Well, Trish, we gotta start with you, of course.
This is a delightfully spooky cover. So for these cat lady covers, which we always call them cat lady covers because they were lady artists that drew cats. So we're stopping these after number 10. So
what are you guys stopping? The incentives?
The cat lady incentives. We're switching the way we do incentives. I think for number 11, don't quote me, but maybe. I think we're doing an acetate cover. Be careful. Be on the lookout. It will be dope if plans come together.
Acetate Gate. Acetate Gate.
The queen of Acetate Gate. Anyway, as for this cover, I think it's kind of cool. I like how the skull kind of stands out, but somehow blends in with the background. The darker outlines in the foreground with the more subtle outlines in the background. Blended in very well. Plus, who doesn't love a good cat skull?
Right.
I mean, it's very creepy.
Delicious.
Right? Delicious. And these mushrooms, I'm sure this would make a good soup.
Also delicious.
Oh, man. Is it an SDCC exclusive?
No. This is the C cover, I think, or D, whatever. I think the C covers are the version of the A, and then the D covers or the cat lady covers are the 1 in 25s.
So delicious.
But yeah, we've only got a couple more of these, and then we're going to ease that out and get into do less of the ratio game because the ratio game is a hard game. So we're going to have like an open order kind of incentive where it's like a special kind of cover for the arc opening.
Nice.
So like instead of doing, 3 or 4 different covers, we're going to do like 2 covers, like the A, the B cover, and then the open order incentive.
This looks a little like Frisson if she took some acid.
You know what? Right? It does feel very Frisson-like.
Mm-hmm.
Could you imagine if Jenny's had looked like that? I need justice for that Frisson cover. I'm so pissed because if the Frisson cover for number 3 would have printed properly, it would have been one of the dopest covers in the whole series.
Oh,
but because the printer was did that cover so dirty, It looked so gritty and like muddy.
That's a
And
shame.
It was unintentionally so. I don't blame the artist
That
at all.
sucks.
I blame that printer because I saw another cover that printer had done. We changed printers, by the way. You'll notice the paper quality on the newer issues of Feral is 180% different. It's so different. It's much better. But anyway, I digress. I will talk about paper all day. But the paper from the original printer was so bad. I just saw another cover the other day. I picked it up and I was like, God, when did we print this? Why does it look like it's 90 years old already? So dirty. And you know how dark our covers are, right? So
Yeah.
like when they're that dark and the paper is that dirty, I'm like, yeah, this is nasty. It needs to be cleaned already, and it's not even like, a month old. So I am happy that this cover, actually, I have this cover. I just got my comps. So
Ooh.
gorgeous. Came out great. Nice, slick cover, not gritty. So this looks good on it. But, I, of course, have it.
Are you
Sarah,
still on tour, Trish?
the guys are on tour. Tone and Tony, they're driving all over the place. You can't pay me to stay in a Prius with them for this whole tour.
she wants to stay.
They have a picture of you seatbelted in the back seat, so you're fine.
She wants to stay sane and get her work done.
Right. Somebody's gonna draw the book.
Somebody's decorate her apartment.
Yeah.
And house. Sorry.
Yeah. In my new redecorated house. Yes. But yeah, no, I was on the road with them from Tampa up to Jacksonville, or from Bradenton up to Jacksonville, and it was great. Enough. They're good drivers, but chaos. Good chaos, not bad. I love those two. But yeah,
it's only so much the heart can handle.
I don't know that I could do it. Like that is. I did it for a couple of days, and I already felt like it was like a journey. So they've already been going for a week and a half, and they still have like 4 more weeks of this. So they're coming up the coast. They're coming up through, they're in Georgia, and they're coming up, South Carolina, North Carolina. I think they got a bunch of stops in North Carolina.
Sarah and Smelly.
I mean, there was this much space. There was one seat for me to sit in, and everything else was just piled around. Those are very tight quarters.
That's lots of parts in a very small place.
Yeah, Tone was very nice to let me have the front seat for a majority of it, but I sat in the back for the long ride to Jacksonville. Again, great tour, great idea. Cramped quarters. I would have gotten a van for sure. Like I would have said, let's get a van. But they are coming up. They'll be back up in Maryland Sunday. We're hitting 2 stores here, and then they're going to head out toward Frederick on Monday. I cannot go because I have work. But I'm doing Third Eye Comics and Dreamers and Make Believers in Baltimore City.
Nice.
And at Dreamers and Make Believers, like I think a quarter of the proceeds or a third of the proceeds go to Barks, our local animal charity.
That's awesome.
Yay.
Mm-hmm. We're hoping that goes well. I think tomorrow they're doing a Beneath the Trees signing with Patrick Horvath there at Dreamers and Make Believers.
Cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
He's a cool guy.
He's warming the place up for us. Animal crimes.
Nice.
Well,
yeah, I would urge you to buy this. I wouldn't pay ratio price. You could
probably won't go for ratio price.
Yeah, you could probably get it for like regular price.
10-ish. I'm thinking 10-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah, 10.
I think that's what these usually end up at. I think that's what that ratio usually ends up at. But don't look for ratios for too much longer after issue 10.
Got it. Good note.
Well, I mean, the ratio game's so hard, Like
it is. It's a little played out too.
It's never going to stop, but
no, of course
it is definitely a game that is a difficult thing to catch on to.
See, what I like that shops do their own covers and treat that like an incentive to purchase it from them versus purchasing it from, just a store getting an A or B cover. Like, I like that game better than I like the publisher putting a different cover out to encourage shops to buy more books.
Agreed.
Just sell them different covers. Like, exclusive to them. I don't know. Maybe that sounds a little off, but I think it encourages the retailer to get more involved in the process of making the book too.
Yeah, it's an investment that they should be involved in. Yeah.
And that's the whole point of the tour too, as well, to go to these shops, thank them for encouraging us and being part of the brand for so long. I mean, Farrell's doing very well, and we hope to continue to do well. So we're trying to make choices that would best help the shops and in turn help the collectors, because who wants to run around and chase, this D cover or, whatever, at least we're not up to cover number 87. That's all I got to say.
This is not like Stray Dogs. We're okay.
We need some more like covers like this one with remark space on it so that I can draw in the moon.
Oh,
that was one of the remarks I did. This Patch, he's gonna eat this cat.
Let's put that on the big.
Yeah, somebody brought this Maria.
Oh, cool.
The Maria Wolf one. So I drew an angry Patch in the moon.
We did talk about this one too.
Yeah, this Maria Wolf cover was dope.
It was dope.
It really was. And it hurt me to say.
I saw that original artwork. Like I saw the original inks at that little convention I did in Pittsburgh. She had them. I don't know if she still has them, but they were dope.
Are you guys doing one per store thank you variants?
We've done them in the past and they've done very well. So we'll probably continue to do those every now and again, like as we continue going through the series. Probably after the second arc wraps. I don't know.
Well, be on the lookout. Yeah, be on the lookout in the future. All right, Mike. What do you think?
Sorry, I took too long.
No, I like. Like I said, I like it. I think it's cool. I don't know if it. I agree with everything Trish said. I think it's a little too high if you're going to pay ratio. But I think for $10, this is a really cool concept, especially if you like that Frissony style. This obviously falls right into that, which I do. I also kind of like the white leaves in the front. It sort of adds a cool depth to everything. I'm not sure if that's supposed to just be bright light shining on them or if that's a negative space choice or what that is. But it is cool. Yeah, I mean, I like it. It's creepy, but yet somehow beautiful at the same time. I think it's that whole dichotomy of wildlife, sort of nature mixed with horror. It's a cool mixture. It's well done, and of course, it's purple. So
and the collar is so creepy.
Yeah, that's the thing that maybe sets it over the top a little bit with the heart on it and everything. It's sort of like this really kind of off-putting. It's good. It's good.
Something that was supposed to be so innocent looks so hideous.
I like it for $10. I like it for $10. If I could find it for around there, I'd probably pick it up. Yeah,
I agree. This is good art. I think what actually gets me more freaked out is the mushroom growing out of the skull.
Ugh. That means it's been there a while.
Yes. And there's a lot of bacteria there and all this other stuff. So that just, that always gets me because when I lived in Virginia, there was woods behind my house. Mm-hmm. So every day I'm in the woods. I'm, frogs everywhere, dead animals everywhere. So I've seen stuff like this and I was like, that always freaked me out when you saw like mushrooms growing on the skull or the skeletons. So, that'll always get me. But I agree with Mike. Yeah, $10 is good. I'm sure you can find it for $10 somewhere. Just go support Farrell. And go buy your Farrell. Yes.
Team Farrell.
All right, next cover. We got The Amazing Spider-Man number 60. It's a 1 in 100 version by Adam Hughes. All right, Mike, I heard you.
I'm just pissed that it's a 1 in 100, so I'm going to be buying the regular one because I ain't paying those prices. This is
that's probably a $200 book already.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. I mean, it's everything you want from Adam Hughes. It really is. And actually, what I like about it, maybe more than in recent covers from him, it's got a little bit of his old school style going on. And and when I say old school, I'm talking about Legionnaire's kind of old school style, with the textures on the suit and some of the other choices, some of the coloring and stuff, which I really like. I like his earlier stuff usually more than his more modern stuff. So this is cool that he's gone back to that. I also like that he didn't cheap out. He's got 2 characters here. He's got some nice depth in the background, some environment where he
Look at that little Spidey in the window.
doesn't really have to do that. And then Spidey, and I was going to say that too. That little Spidey popping up is really funny.
It's peeping Tom Spidey.
Now that said, I kind of like the covers with the blurbs on them. I kind of like the trade dress one a little bit more somehow.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple of his older incentives that have that, like with trade dress and those little blurbs and stuff, and they look great. So I sort of like that. It somehow balances the cover out better and also gives it kind of an old school feel. So even though the 1 in 100 will probably go for an Everloving Fortune, I really kind of like the regular trade dress one better, oddly. So I'm happy that I'll only have to pay $6 for that or $5 for that. So definitely beautiful, sexy, good sort of throwback to his older style, at least in some respects. And I mean, you can't go wrong with this. It's fantastic stuff.
That's why I like this one though, because I like the trade dress version better. Because normally I don't like covers with word bubbles on the front. But it gives you the context for why the chick in the back is making the face she's making, you know? I mean, you see why. You can see why. But I don't know. I just like it. I think it looks more vintage to me, like you said. It gives you that old school nostalgia of his old work.
Yeah.
Plus that little Spidey.
Yeah,
That seems like some shit I'd do. That seems like some shit I'd do. Just put that little Spidey down in the window, like hee. So
Jackpot character design should never made it past the artist trash can.
Yeah, that's not Hughes's fault though.
No.
Her hair's looking a little flat.
Yeah.
She needs to get some volumizer.
Yeah, she needs to raid Black Cat's cupboard, not cupboard. What do you call that? Medicine cabinet, or wherever you put your product.
What is it called? Sassoon.
Yeah,
Vidal Sassoon.
Yes.
She's some L'Oreal up in there.
Yeah, or a little Aquanet.
Oh gosh, isn't that illegal now?
Yeah,
Probably.
it's very aerosol. It's
The
very
fumes,
damaging to the environment.
Yeah.
So that fishnet design on the can, super classy. Everybody, keep it classy.
That's right.
I had bottles of those.
I think they stuck with that branding until they, disappeared. Is Aquanet still around?
Probably. Let's
To
get
the
it.
internet.
I don't know.
Let's look it up.
If it is, it's definitely not in the aerosol can anymore, though.
Let's find out.
To the internet.
I know that became illegal, and I know I used it a lot. You can't tell now.
It
Yeah,
is
it's
still
all right.
available. You can still buy it.
It's
Wow.
still around.
Comes in a purple bottle, a purple can. And they do not use. Oh, yes, they do still use the fishnet design on the bottom half of the can.
Mhm.
You got to
No, it's
keep
on the
it.
whole thing. It's on the whole thing.
It is on the whole thing, yeah.
What's up, Alex? Thank you for stopping in.
It's hairspray.
I don't know if you can see it. It's very light.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there. All right, bravo, Aquanet, keeping it real,
Yep. They're
Love
going to
it.
use this fishnet design till they die.
keeping it old school, kicking it old school. I
It's
like
cheap
it.
as hell, too. It's like $3 a can.
Yeah, it is. Yep, Kroger, $2.99. I'm looking at it right now. $3.19 at CVS.
If you dug up a time capsule from the 80s, there's gonna be a can of Aquanet in that time capsule.
There
Oh,
better
they-
be, or you done made that time capsule wrong.
Oh, man. They have a pink one, too. Extra hold.
Well, there's nothing to hold here anymore, so I don't need it. I'm good. Yeah, I mean, look, I agree. Adam Hughes, wonderful. Again, I agree with Mike. This does give a little old school vibes of Adam Hughes, original Adam Hughes. I like how he didn't have to put details on the buildings in the back. It's not the focus. We get what the focus is. I don't have to say anything there. I even more so that I like about the Spidey hanging out there is you see his spider tingling going on.
Yes.
So I don't know what that's for, but
yeah, you do.
Yeah, you did.
Back there going now,
Yeah.
kids.
And if someone in the chat could look it up, let us know what
What
this
the
is
blurbs
going
say.
for.
Or what are the blurbs say? I want to know what the blurbs say on the A
I
cover.
know Black Cat
too.
it says you're welcome, but I can't read it. The other one says hey, and then I can't read that.
Let me look it up.
Yeah, I think she's about to Black Cat in the back of her head, the way she's swinging her hands.
Can't something.
I think she's upset that Black Cat's taking up all the space on the picture.
Like they can't see me back here or something like that.
These were sold out at Midtown at $157.50.
Which means aftermarket it's going to be 200 easy.
200, yeah.
Easy. It might even be more.
It says
yeah, my sense is not the only thing tingling. Exactly.
I can't get I gotta go to a different place to get it. It won't blow up. Let me go to League of Geek.
And he is wearing
something like they can't see me back here. And she's like, you're welcome.
See, this is where it's a problem for Spidey because he's wearing a skin tight costume.
Yikes.
Good thing he's behind the wall there. Oh man. So I think everybody likes it.
I think so too.
Yeah, be on the lookout for the top 10 for sure.
Yeah,
all right, we are done with incentives. We're moving on to store exclusives.
Woohoo!
And our first store exclusive, of course.
Never miss an Akira homage. Get it.
Absolute
really.
Batman #1, third print. Man, we didn't even get to the second print yet. This is done by Javier Fernandez. It's an LE of 2000. It is $30. It is, we all know, Akira homage, and done by the 5 Horsemen of Apocalypse.
It says, by the way, it says, hey, they can't even see me back here. And then she says, and then Black Cat says, you're welcome.
See, I could kind of read it. Yay.
So that's actually Hughes making fun of the suit, I think. Like, this is a terrible design, and I'm hiding this character on purpose, even in the text I'm talking about it. I think that's genius. I think it's a genius cover. I have to have that one. I think it's way better with the blurbs.
Yeah, I like it better with a trade dress.
Yeah.
This definitely should be in my pool box because I have Amazing Spider-Man as one of my very few comics that I'm pulling. And I'm not pulling it because it's a good read. It's just my favorite character. I want the issues. That's it. He's getting the Peter tingle in more ways than one, Sarah. Don't get me started on this cover. Already sold out when I looked at it. But Akira kind of overdone for me, yes.
Well,
yeah.
Yeah, but it's not often that you see it done well. Like, when you see it, like the last time I saw Akira done, I think somebody did it for Negaduck or Darkwing Duck or something.
Great.
And I was like, that's fine, I guess. But it looked, if you see it and it actually looks like it's in the proper proportion and perspective, because sometimes they do it and it's not in the right perspective, and you're just like, oh, this looks a little flat. This actually looks kind of good. I don't like this design of Batman with this cape looking all kind of weird, but just either take this cape off or don't have a cape.
Paulo.
But I mean, I wouldn't buy this, and there's another 1,000 of them laying around somewhere. So
in my trash can.
Someone fired it. But I mean, I wouldn't buy it. I don't think it's a bad looking cover, but I wouldn't buy it. It's not for me.
Oh, that one? Yeah. Nice. All right. Well, Mike, what do you think?
I don't love it. I'm kind of with Apollo on this one. This is sort of a snoozer for me. I think this has been done too many times. I obviously like the original Akira cover. I think it's kind of hard not to. It's classic. And Trisha's right. There at least is some depth and some perspective in this one. It doesn't feel flat like a lot of them do. I don't know. Maybe it's the black and white thing I don't love. Maybe it's the costume for bats I don't love. I'm not really sure what it is I don't love about it, but it doesn't really do it. It's kind of forgettable to me. It's certainly not worth $30 to me. That's for sure.
Post-apocalyptic Batman's out here going for a ride on a generic motorcycle.
Yeah, I think it's
anything like a bat cycle or anything.
I think it's a little low effort for a $30 book.
Agreed. How about you, Trish? Did I ask you already?
Yeah, I already said. I mean, I wouldn't buy this. It's fine enough, but
Yeah, I'm with you guys. It's feels like it's unfinished. It's too simple, too plain. Yeah, the black and white doesn't do it any justice.
No.
I mean, because like you can't Batman from behind in the black and white with the least amount of details is it's just whatever. It is muddled to me. So, and like Trish said, the motorcycle is so plain. I mean,
just like your average Suzuki. He's just going up like, all right,
with one fat wheel. That's it. Yeah. So, meh.
Let's move on.
Yes, let's move on. Oh, all right. We got a Transformer. See, I don't know what cover this is, but it's by Thiago da Silva. It's Jazz. 616 Comics. It is limited to $7.50 for $35. Now that's a pretty pricey book, but it's Jazz, and
I like that one side is like battle damage and the other side is clean.
Yes.
I wonder if it's two different books. Is it a set for $35 that's two different books, or is it a wraparound? I wonder.
I bet it's a wraparound because it's $35. I bet it's a wrap.
Let me check.
Looks like a wrap.
That's a wrap.
If it's a wrap, it's dumb because who's going to go out and buy the clear backers just to do that, just to display it?
Me.
You would?
I do for your book where you drew on the front and
that's original artwork.
Tone, or you drew on the back, Tone drew on the front, and Tony drew in the middle. So I have a clear backer on that book.
Yeah, that's different. It's original artwork.
What I should do probably is I should spread it out flat and put it in a Life magazine bag and board.
I think that that's what you'd end up having to do with something like this. Although I do have clear backers, they are nice.
This does look like it has to be a full cover, back to back.
Yeah, a wrap.
Yeah.
Connecting variant AB set.
Oh, okay. Good for them.
So that's two books.
Yeah, I like it better as a connecting.
Yeah.
So it is two books.
It's on sale for $35. It was $40.
Oh, so this is its LE is definitely not $7.50. No way.
So half of Jazz is on one book and half of Jazz is on the other book?
Yeah.
Very interesting. Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, what do you think, Mike?
I like it better because of that.
Yeah, there's two books for $35.
Yeah, so I'm a little bit better with the price on that, especially with what is probably a lower LE. It's not $750; it's probably more like $1,000, but still, it's good. We don't get Jazz on covers like we should. He's such a popular character. You think we'd get him more often, so I like that. It's a little too digital for me, even though digital works better on a robot cover.
Yep.
And I don't mind it as much as I do on, say, like a female cover or something like that. It's still just a little bit too smooth for me. I want it to be just a little bit more gritty, and this doesn't really do it for me. So this is a pass for me in general, but I do like that it's an AB connecting. I like that it's Jazz. I don't mind the digital quite as much as I might normally, but it's still a pass.
I would bet they're both virgin covers. There's no trade problem.
Yeah, I think so. It looks like they are.
How about you, Trish? What do you think?
I mean, I'm not going to drop the money on it because this isn't a series that I'm reading. But I mean, I do like that they did one that was like a clean version and one that was like battle damage. I think that's kind of cool. You get the split screen for both of them. The city in the background's a little generic, like a screenshot from somewhere that was blurred.
Yep.
Looks like it's from the Blade Runner cartoon.
Right?
Well, I mean, you can tell the clean side of him has a city that's cityscape, and then the battle damage has a
like
destroyed
a
city. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I get this. No hate to this artist. If they're but it's extremely digital. Like maybe there wasn't an ounce of anything really drawn on it.
Yeah, I'm worried about that too.
But I don't know this guy. And that could just be his vibe.
Did before and after cover.
Yeah. But not for me.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I mean,
he looked so happy before, but now he's not devastated enough to be damaged like that.
The digital part of it, I mean, I understand it. I'm not too against it because it is Transformers robotic digital kind of.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll forgive it for that. I do agree it is a little too clean, but
Yeah, good job.
I kind of still dig it. I like all the details on it. The close up. Um, would I pay for it? I don't know if I would. If someone gave it to me, I'd definitely keep it. But $35 is not so bad for two books, two halves of a book. So I'm cool with it. I'm just it's just one of those things where if I'm this too in between, um, then I probably wouldn't buy it. So this would probably be a pass for me. But I like it. Just not for me right now. Money's tight. All right. We got Wolverine #4 by Raphael Grassetti. It is an Unknown Comics and Sleeping Giant collab. Don't know the LE, but it is $35 for, I would assume, the pair, the trade and the Virgin. So, Trish, what do you think?
No,
No.
it's so digital.
So it is.
I'm so sorry, Wolvie. No. I mean, I don't read Wolverine anyway, but they did this version because of the movie. It's kind of, look at them
Oh,
arms.
they're gonna
Bro,
beat it like a dead horse.
yep. But that's a hard pass for me because, I mean, it's Wolverine. He's of course walking through some fog on a Sears portrait studio background. Boring.
Mike.
Pedestrian. The coolest thing he's got is this blood splatter going on.
Yeah, I'm in the same. I'm in the same boat. This looks just too smooth, and I mean, it's Wolverine. It should be gritty and brutal, and I don't know. He shouldn't look like he just bought his suit at Forever 21. Like it should be. I don't know. And I thought Grassetti was a painter, so I'm a little bit confused. I'm trying to look up his Instagram here, but I can't seem to get.
Did he paint this?
I don't know. I'm wondering. I thought he was actually a painter, but I guess I could be wrong. I don't really know. Why can I not get into his Instagram?
Like all the other store exclusive, it kind of cuts off at the knees. It's very
cheaps out on the details.
Yeah, I mean, like I want to see the whole suit. Nobody ever draws the feet. You always see these covers cut off at the knees because fitting the whole character is hard, and a lot of these incentive types they just want fast, and so you got to try harder to make everything fit.
I guess I'm lying. I guess I'm not seeing any indication on his Instagram that he paints anything. So I think it is just digital, which I guess bothers me a little bit more. I don't know.
I mean, I like Wolverine, but like,
yeah, I don't love this. I don't. It definitely looks even if it's painted, it looks digital, and that's a problem. So, and I don't think it's painted. I think it's.
I mean, the proportions are okay. Like, I don't really have a problem with it. It's just kind of a boring pose, kind of a boring composition, no background. Like this is, that's Wolverine.
Feels like a store exclusive, which is exactly the problem.
At least he's not an under. He doesn't look underage or anything weird.
That's true.
That would be weird.
It's bad that we have to say that these days, but yeah.
Yeah.
Mike Syke, you're right. Definitely a good example. If it was done in real media, it would look a lot better.
I mean, I draw digitally. A lot of my stuff doesn't look like that. So
no,
but I don't over render my stuff too much.
No, it's not. It's a different animal. You're talking about.
You don't gloss over the whole art.
It has to look totally wet, like he just walked through a car wash.
Yeah, exactly. It's better than my analogy. Yeah.
Oh well, nobody poured anything on him. So
well, I do like Wolverine. I like the yellow and blue suit. This is not my Wolverine. I don't need a Hugh Jackman size Wolverine in my comic books. So
I'm going to say one more funny thing about this.
Uh-oh.
Everything on this around his neck, chest, legs, fully rendered, arms fully rendered. Those abs look like they're drawn on. like just look like
They're like painted on.
They just look like squares.
Like me going out for Halloween, pretending I have abs, so I paint them on my shirt.
Are you saying Wolverine wears a muscle suit?
This Wolverine is wearing a t-shirt with muscles already on it.
Yeah.
And he has his t-shirt with his tux too.
Yeah. Fully rendered.
Right next to it.
Yep.
Running around and fully rendered. This is just, he was like, I ran out of time.
Airbrushed. It's got to be airbrushed on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Too
Ran out of
boring. I don't like just Wolverine covers. I really want to see him in an action scene on the cover.
Yep.
At least an action pose.
Like put a little carnage back behind him, like some heads or arms or something that he's chopped off.
Or some blood dripping off his claws, something.
Anything. Just something.
Like brain gunk pieces on his claws, something.
We need gore.
Make it amazing and hard.
There you go.
There you go. Listen to Dale.
Make it amazing and hard. There we go.
Yeah.
What's like blood, like the face, like
Okay, Psycho Killer.
cutted with the nails, like bleeding.
We need the Psycho Killer. Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Hey, you're raising them right, Mike. You're raising them right.
Apparently, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, from Wolverine to Laura Kinney. Wolverine. We got X-23. We got Wolverine #1 here by Pablo Villalobos. 616 Comics, limited 3,000, 1,000 for the trade dress version, and we don't know what the cost is. Trish, what are your thoughts?
Okay, I guess. I mean, like, I'm sure this is fine for the people who read this book. I don't know. I don't know this character. I mean, is she supposed to be X-23? Is that the?
Yeah, this
Yes,
is X-23.
yeah, that's X-23.
That's her real name.
I only know the kid from the movie, so like, to me that's a child. So, this is not a child. Her pants are very low. She better watch out fighting. That's all I gotta say.
Maybe it's the late 90s.
I mean, these are very low rise pants.
You can see her thong in the back, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Her tramp stamp.
They need that tramp stamp in the center of her back.
Yeah.
I like the way the hair is, but like, overall, this doesn't do anything for me. Store exclusive.
Mike,
They got that limited edition, right? It looks like so.
It does have a store exclusive feel to it because definitely the coloring's been done digitally, and
But it's shot too.
that's a little off-putting. I know that he draws most of his stuff for real, and some of it all the way, other than colors. So I don't know how much of this was done digitally and how much of it was done drawn. But I mean, I like his style, and I like that he's departed a little bit from his original Adam Hughes copycat style that he was doing. That this definitely feels like him and not like a Hughes copy. So I dig that. I think it's the right level. It's the right balance of sexy against tough, which is good too. But it is still sort of one of those kind of generic, I'm all by myself, kind of like the previous cover, without anything really happening. And I don't know. I think we all need a little bit more from a what's likely to be a $35 or $40 set here.
Well, what is this background? Is it solid or is it like
I don't know.
fire or is it smoke? What is this? Also, what makes this guy like honestly, what makes him like a Hughes clone? Just kind of how he renders? Is that like what we?
No, his earlier books. If you look at his early stuff, it looks like he's trying to be Hughes.
Because I know that like Hughes does that like white rim light almost around everything.
Yeah, and he did a lot of that. He did a lot.
So I see that a lot here, like around the midsection and the arms and the hair. So I mean, like I see that still, but like,
And he's an unapologetic Hughes like disciple. He's not. He doesn't lie about it. I mean, he's
I just wanted to make sure that I was like seeing the right things or seeing the same stuff.
Yeah, you definitely are. But I think he's departed enough that his style is set apart enough that I know the difference when I look at them. Whereas before, there were times I'd see his covers and think they must be Hughes covers. But, I like Don't Love This. If someone were to give me one of these two, I would absolutely keep it. But I don't think I would buy it. And I have a lot of X-23 / Laura Kinney covers. I really like this character. I think it's one of the few. Modern Marvel characters, and I'm not sure how modern she is anymore, but one of the few more modern Marvel characters. It's an organic storyline. her origin and stuff. And I really dig her. I really don't ever want them to ruin this character. I think she's important moving forward for Marvel. And while that's I'm sort of off on a tangent, I really do have like a soft spot in my heart for this character. I think she could be utilized really, really well in the future and not really piss off too many people. So, but this one will not make the cut for my short boxes. Yeah, I'm old and I can't carry long boxes anymore. You heard me right. So I buy everything short. Everything goes in short boxes now, so I can move it.
You know what's funny about that? I have long boxes and I go, I fucking hate these long boxes. I'd rather just have the short boxes. It's much easier to carry.
Not only are they in short boxes, but they're in short drawer boxes. So I don't even have to lift them to open them. I can just pull them out. It is worth every penny of that investment, sir. I promise.
One of these days.
Yeah.
One of these days.
It's a little bit pricey because those are not cheap, but yeah.
This chick looks like she's making a professional wrestling entrance.
Yeah, right?
Kinda.
She does kind of, you're right.
She kind of look like the girl with the Hardy Boys.
I like it, and I like Lobos, but I think this is a pass for me.
Yeah. I mean, look, I like Lobos's artwork. Again, it gives me that, like Mike said, reminds me of Adam Hughes. I like that style. A lot of people do. I just don't. Again, this goes back to the Wolverine cover. I go, it's just boring to me. It's just the single person on the cover, single character on the cover, just kind of standing there posing. I wanted to see action. I like to see these feral characters, doing feral things. So that's just kind of blah to me. I'm not saying it's drawn bad or anything. It's drawn perfectly fine. I do kind of get what Trish's saying. The background is slightly confusing because it looks like it's supposed to be a wall with bullet holes in it, but then it looks like there's something glowing out of it. So I'm a little confused on that too. And I think to what Mike was saying, like X-23 is like the way or X-23 is created, the organic way is created. It's in like the same categories like Miles and Kamala. Like they're organically created,
Agreed.
Not forced upon you.
Agreed.
Because I think maybe Spider-Gwen will probably be closest to like being forced because it's like, well, this version of this person and this version of that person in this multiverse and that multiverse.
I think we only like her because they've done her well.
Yes.
They haven't really screwed her up, and she's awesome in the movies.
She's awesome with Miles.
In the Spider-Verse movies, they really did a great job with voice casting that and giving her the right attitude and stuff. So I think that one gets a free pass. She's maybe the only one that gets a free pass just because they've done her right. But
agreed.
And gave her a pretty badass costume too. Actually, I kind of like that costume design.
I really love that. Before I even knew the character existed, I saw someone cosplay as her, and I go, who the hell is that? That is awesome. Yeah. And when I found out it was Spider-Gwen, I was like, okay, I got to go back and figure out who this character is and how this was created. And I was so interested because just the costume alone.
They depict her too often with the hood off, but it's really cool with the hood on.
Yeah. The cosplayer definitely had the hood on, so I was really captivated by it.
Yeah.
I
agree with you on her. She is a little bit forced on us, but
just a little.
Yeah.
But this is like I said, this would be a pass for me. I don't even care what the cost would be. And somebody said they can't understand the trade dress decisions. Yeah, well, neither can any of us.
Neither can Marvel.
That's for sure.
Oh,
all right.
Yay, we did it.
We did it. We got through it. Mike, please tell us about CBSI and Cover Fire.
CBSI, comicbookinvest.com. That's where I do some articles. Cover Fire is a weekly sort of antithesis to this podcast where I talk about the regular covers I like for the week. This week, I am so sorry, did not get to do one. And I promised that I would be more regular, but it's been the new job, just sort of settling into the new job and new puppy and lots of things going on in life. Just no time for that kind of thing at the moment, but I will get back to it. This week, the winner would have been the Hughes Black Cat anyway. So really no spoil there, and of course the Mum-Ra. So I mean, I think you guys probably know which covers would have been in it this week. So that said, you can usually catch this article weekly, Tuesdays, late morning, early afternoon, depending on your time zone. And then if you're so inclined, go back and read hundreds of back issues that I've written over there, among many other thousands of articles that other people have written, all for free. We love it. It's fun. We don't get any money for it, and we're fine with that.
Igor.
At least we're keeping that number low.
Yeah, it's still in the single digits. We're okay.
Yeah.
We keep it on one hand.
The ones that got hurt kind of deserved it. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, they did.
Unfortunately, yes. And
when you're
one
on
of them,
a high pedestal, the bar is high.
And we like some of those artists too. We really do. We praised them previously on different covers, on previous covers.
Yep.
But you can't hit a home run every time.
No.
Young Steve Rogers.
Only the Dodgers seem to be able to do that.
Superman was not doing
Just Freddie Freeman.
Just Freddie Freeman seems to be able to do that. Yeah, no, I mean, poor Mark Spears, but still, he's had a couple of our favorites this year too. So he'll live. Vanessa,
thank you for dropping by. Yeah, stop forcing men on you in comics. Yeah, I'm sorry. And does it look dumb when women do it? I'm assuming it's the tribal stamp thing. I don't know. But yeah, go check out Cover Fire. Go check out CBSI. And I think Mike mentioned that he'll be back doing Cover Fire soon.
Next week. I promise next week I will be back. I promise.
Yay. So get your wallets prepared because he might make you spend some money. You're probably gonna see covers that you didn't know existed for that week, and that'll always get you.
Ruh-roh.
Sorry.
Ruh-roh. Oh, Mike's got to run.
Run. Emergency.
Let's see. And I think, that is it for the covers. Let me stop sharing. And Trish, can you tell us what is going on with you right now? Anything to promote? Pharaoh #7.
Yeah, Pharaoh #7 is out this week. Pick it up at your local shop. Feral tours going on. If you're in any of the tour stops, you can check Tony's website or Instagram, find out where he's going. He and Tone will be there. They actually have some artwork that I did with them while we were in Florida. So you may still get something with my artwork on it with them. But we're going to be at Third Eye Comics on Sunday morning from 11 to 2 probably. And then we're going to be at Dreamers and Make Believers from like 4 to 7, I think. Or 4 to 6, something like that on Sunday. Dreamers and Make Believers is a great store. They're like a cafe, bookstore / comic shop in the city. And a third of the proceeds from any sale is going to, or some portion of the proceeds is going to Bark, which is a local animal rescue charity.
And this is going to be in Maryland?
Yep, in Baltimore. So Third Eye Comics is in Annapolis, and Dreamers and Make Believers is in Baltimore City.
Isn't that a little further away?
Both of them are. Well, for me, Dreamers and Make Believers is closer, definitely, but I still have to pay a toll to get down to Annapolis. It's like 40 minutes for me, but it's still a good area. They have a good sized parking lot. Their free comic book day goes insane. Third Eye Comics is nuts. They have everything you could ever want. They're like a destination store to me. But on the other hand, then you have like Dreamers and Make Believers, which is like a little kind of niche cafe in the city where you can go get comic books. You can go get actual books. They're super heavy into the community, and they have a coffee shop right there. So
I've always wanted a comic book shop with a coffee shop, but I was like, man.
So good. And when I go there for signings, I'm just like, may I please have all of the coffee? Thank you. Because it's the only way I run. I run on sarcasm and coffee.
I'll be tempted to stay at the comic book store all day.
And then also be on the lookout for the backer Kickstarter thing from Dynamite for these guys. For these Stray Dogs plush, 3 years in the making.
And they look freaking awesome.
They're worth the
even
wait.
has his tragically red collar and missing leg.
His little nub.
His little nub. When they first did the concept for this, he had a foot on that leg. So he had like 4 feet, but like on the one was on the nub, and I was like, "Hey, you ableist creeps! Like, get that off of there."
I don't think Trish is coming to Salt Lake City.
No, I'm not coming to Utah. I'm not sure about the whole tour. I know that they're going to Utah at the end. I think they're finishing at Nerd Store in Utah.
Do you think you might meet up with them at some point during the tour?
I've met up with them in Florida as part of the tour, and I'm meeting up with them in Maryland. But somebody has to stay home and actually make the book.
Oh,
so
that's true. This is true. Can't have all the fun.
Yep. So look out for these guys. Look out for more Feral. We're also next year. I don't know how much of it I can talk about, but we're making a Stray Dogs Digest size. Because our trade paperback is low in supply for Stray Dogs again.
Shucks.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think we're
what
under
a problem to have.
I think we're under 500 copies in storage again. So, like, that's actually quite nerve-wracking because I need some for an upcoming show.
Right.
My last show of the year will be December 13th and 14th in Ocean City, Maryland, for Ocean City Comic Con.
Nice.
And it's a sold-out show too. I mean, guests can still come, but like the vendor spots for the 2 days, this will be their first 2 days. They've used to be just a 1-day show, but this will be their first time being 2 days. So their vendor hall has been sold out since like May.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this is a very anticipated show.
Yeah, for the guy James who puts it on, he's fantastic. He treats everybody really well. We all get nice placement in the hall. We get, food. There's food there on site. Booze, of course.
They feed me.
And they feed me. You don't get. I can pretty much go anywhere if they feed me. But I'm trying to weasel my way into MegaCon next year. Please, someone at MegaCon.
Just feed me. I'll be there.
No, just promise me Disney World and I'll be there. MegaCon.
Ooh, there you go.
That's true.
That's a better incentive.
So you hear that WonderCon promised her Disneyland tickets, and she'll be here.
And I'll come. Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, I've got a lot going on right now. I'm still doing the Disney Dynamite covers, so I'm still out there, hustling, even though things are still kind of wild. And I get my dog back tomorrow.
Yay!
Tomorrow from his boarding school.
You'll have a very disciplined dog now.
This dog's going to have a Harvard education. He's been away so long. This dog's going to be smarter than half the people I know. Actually, I don't know a lot of smart people.
Oh, Mike. Oh, you must have got a call from Mark and he ran to his wife not to pick up the phone.
But yeah,
I've given him a lot of praise over the last few weeks. I think he'll be just fine.
I didn't see the 75th cover.
Sonic. Hang on.
I don't.
Did we see the Sonic 75th cover? Hang on.
Sonic 75th.
Nope.
Wraparound?
Let's see. Images.
Oh, I typed it in wrong.
Oh, wow. That's a huge image. I just want to see the picture blown up. I don't want to see that.
Which one is it? Is it this one?
Whoa, that's way too chaotic. Nope.
Wait, which one is it?
That's too much stuff.
Oh, wow.
That is a wraparound, but that looks like a lot.
That's a lot, bro.
I love these Sonic covers for the
Sonic looks great on it. Pops, but man,
it's definitely very colorful.
That's not for me. That's
not the one.
Anxiety. I need to hit the pen.
Oh, he keeps saying not that one.
Not that one.
It's not that one. Hang on. Oh,
then,
I think it might be this one. Maybe. This one. This one's better. At least all the characters aren't crammed.
That's a little better, yeah. It's still a lot.
Kind of gives.
This one?
Yeah. It's kind of giving. It was giving Scotty Young at first, but
yeah, I was going to say Scotty Young at first, but maybe not so much as I look closer.
Yeah, well, when you look closer, you notice they're in exactly Sonic style. Because if it wasn't exactly Sonic style, it's
It
not a
wouldn't.
true wraparound either. Because that Gator character should be bleeding.
It's
over.
cut off. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it looks like it's 2 covers.
Looks like it's 2 images.
Yeah.
Definitely better than the other one, but there's still too much for me. Too manic for me. Too much stuff going on.
When there's too many characters like this, you have to kind of pick and choose. But you know that direction probably went cram as much shit on here as you can. Enjoy yourself.
Yep.
No. But that also, their direction was also make it look exactly like them. Do not take any artistic liberty at all.
I mean, Igor, we say it all the time. Collect what you like.
That's right.
So don't let us, yuck
I
your yum.
I like Sonic artists. They took a style and they really just can't make it their own. They have to they dig themselves straight into that style, and that's all they know. I had a friend who was a old-timey Disney artist fan, so that she made that her whole identity. So now she draws for the European Disney comics.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's not a bad thing necessarily.
But I mean, she did it the way that the Euro artists do it. They kind of study a lot. It's different. I don't know. I've seen this girl's career come up from when she was a teenager, and now she's doing it for her career, and I'm like, God dang, I'm so proud of her.
I mean, that just sounds like she got her dream job.
Mm-hmm. Well, she liked Donald Duck, so that was,
Me too.
Donald Duck comic. Donald's huge overseas, so
yep.
He's less huge here. It's more Mickey here, but
I love Donald Duck.
I'm a Donald guy myself.
European Disney comics are on a different level than we are here.
Yes.
And I love them so much. The art style is just so much better.
Alex, who's Scotty Young?
Who's Scotty Young?
I love Donald Duck too. I love it when he gets angry.
I wanted that Sonic cover to be super stylized. I wanted that Sonic cover with Sonic jumping like that to be in Scotty's old skater style.
See, that's the style. I really love that style from him.
Mm-hmm. He does covers like that all the time now because he's not nailed into that baby style so much anymore.
He's got a cool one for Something Is Killing the Children, I think.
Yeah. I saw that the other day. I was like,
that was pretty cool.
Every time I try to draw entrails like that, I don't get to do it like that.
The little stick legs on her and everything, it worked.
Yeah.
I liked it.
It works for her because she's rail thin anyway. But, that chainsaw and all the guts everywhere.
Great. I like that one a lot.
Yep. Well, that's it for me.
Well, before we get going, let me get a shout out to our sponsors again.
Sponsor time.
Of course, you want to get 30 days of unlimited cover price for only 99 cents. That's less than anything you could buy at any fast food place. You just got to type in the code Nerdvana14. And then if you go over to Bird City Comics, go buy some store exclusives. I think they still sell incentives and toys as well on their site. You can get 10% off your purchase by typing the code TNH10. And then you go over to our pal at DisplayGeek.com. You can save on your, collectible protectors, video games, Funko Pops, toys, and you can get 10% off your first purchase by typing the code Team Nerd Herd. And can we get that? What is it? You know what I mean?
Oh,
Mike.
Our slogan.
Disclaimer.
Yes, disclaimer. Thank you.
Trish has to say it. She originated it.
Yes.
No artist. Only one artist was harmed that I can remember in the making of this podcast, of this one. Otherwise not.
All right. Well, Mike, can you send us out?
I can. If you want to do it right, boom, hire Trish Forstner for Garfield.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have a good night.
Good night.
Go Dodgers.
Go Yanks.
Oh, God.
Thank you.